Hi there, I wanted to talk about a Rustoleum Rocksolid coating for garages, and I just want to give a little idea of what I did. This was a 2.5 box, so it 2.5 car garage. So this was able to do a garage that's 2.5 size for a car, and my garage is probably about that. Right, I had a little extension to put my equipment, and it's a 2.5 car garage. So what I did, I'm going to include a picture of what the contents came with. It also came with two of these packages. All right, there was a part B at the bottom, and there was a seal here, and there was a part A. And the instructions said to mix this part first, and mix this part, and then take part A. I'm going to turn it around and squeeze it. Squeeze it until this seal breaks. All right, and it mixes together. Mixes together. Then you mix it like this, and roll it back and forth for 2 to 3 minutes. All right, and then what I did was I cut a small corner here, and I squirted a small amount on the floor all the way across the garage and back in motions like this. All right, and then it came with a roller. Let me see if I find a picture of the roller. Here it is. This is what the roller looks like. All right, it came with 2 of these in the box, and I attached this to a pole, and I was able to spread it. Right, at the beginning, let me backtrack a bit. At the beginning, the floor was already painted, not with this material, but another Rustoleum product, and the sprinkles had started to come off over the years. And the paint had got very thin. So what I did, I got a pressure washer with a surface cleaner, and I cleaned the floor twice. And then I got a degreaser and I cleaned all the spots of grease off, oil and so on. And after that, I let it dry fully for a full day and cleaned up any water spots, water puddles. And then after that, I let it dry properly, and then I came out the following day and I started to paint. Now, the day I started doing this, it was 70 degrees in the morning, and I was able to spread about half the garage with one of those bags. And you could actually see there's a line here. That's about half the garage. And then I mixed the other bag, and I started doing it as well. But you'll notice there's a color difference. And even though they tell you to roll into the old one, there's still a color difference. What I also noticed is that as time went by, the material would start to change color. So this was the same bag. This bag and this bag were the same. And what happened was that the color started to change a bit. So if you look on Amazon reviews, you'll see a lot of people talking about the color changes between bags, but actually with the same bag, I had a color difference. All right, so that was a bit unexpected. So I started applying the first bag it was 70 degrees in the morning, and then as you apply it and you spread it, I spread a little bit from the bag, and then I went back and used the roller and spread it out, and then I continue again. After I spread a small section, I threw the sprinkles out. All right, and then after that I applied some more and then spread it again. Kept on doing that until the bag was empty. Now what happened with the second bag was that the temperature rose and it went to about 85 degrees by the time I got to the second bag. And as you can see, it hardened on me. So if you look over here, you can see where I actually applied some of it, right? And it didn't come out very smooth because it was hardening very quickly. The bag was getting quite hot. There was an exothermic reaction. So I wasn't able to apply it as best as I hoped in the end. All right. One other thing I should mention is that I had a crack in the garage. Let's see if I can find it. There's a crack in the garage, and what I did was I sealed it with an epoxy concrete filler. I'll include that in the description. It's about $25 per tube. It took me about an hour to apply it, but you make sure you fill the cracks in as best you can before you apply this, or else you will get this happening. See, this crack I didn't seal, and no matter how you apply the material, the cracks will come out afterwards. So I may go back and epoxy this again. I'm not sure. It's not a significant crack, but it is there and it is visible. Kind of detracts from the good looks of the garage. So that's it really. Oh, one more thing, the sprinkles. I purchased extra sprinkles, right, to give it a non-slip, so it doesn't slip, because when you have the air conditioning condenser in your vehicle, drop water on it, and if there's a lot of it, or if you decide to wash your garage or it's a rainy day, this could become quite slippery. So I bought some extra sprinkles and I sprinkle it. Now I saw in another review on Amazon, somebody said that what you can do is you could use a spreader. Okay, I don't have it. Yeah, here it is. You can use a spreader like this one, right, that you normally use to spread seed. But I found that the sprinkles were a bit too big for this unit, so it couldn't really disperse properly. It took a lot of effort. So what I really did was I just picked something up in my hand and threw it up in the air. All right, and that allowed it to fall. There were some places where it didn't work so well, but obviously I couldn't go back and fix that at the time. But generally, I thought it came out pretty decent. Let it dry for 12 hours before you start working on it, and I left it for 36 hours, more than the recommended 24 hours before I parked a vehicle on it. So if there's any questions, let me know. So far, I'm pretty impressed with the product. Just make sure you clean your floor really, really well. It does come with citric acid bags as well. These bags that you could use to clean your floor, which I did not use because I thought what I did was sufficient. But make sure you follow the instructions. And if it's going to be warm, I would probably suggest you put the bag in a bucket of water to stop to slow down the exothermic reaction of it combining, so you wouldn't run into problems at the end like I did. All right, any questions, let me know. Thanks.